Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. It has been a long, extremely trying day today. Let's be honest. We had, no deals done. We did a live stream for a couple hours this morning, trying to follow along to see what the Dallas Cowboys were going to do. With Dak and Amari, we heard that Dak had another offer out there, and that he turned it down, and we thought they were negotiating, and that didn't work out. We thought that Amari Cooper's deal was close, and then we find out he's a free agent, and then we get Blake Jarwin gets a 3-year extension. Then I just got heard that Kyle Forbath, that they're thinking about re-signing him, and I'm just kind of like, if we let Amari Cooper get away from us, I don't care what you say about what happened at some of those games. Nobody plays perfect every game. And a lot of times we don't seem to take into account guys playing injured. And I believe that Amari Cooper was actually really injured a lot this year. He had the plantar fasciitis, could not practice in training camp, but still didn't miss games. Well, he had played one game against the Jets, but one play against the Jets. But I believe that, along with the knee injury, truly slowed him down. A lot of guys, and Amari Cooper is not one of those guys that does a whole lot of talking or do a whole lot of, complaining or excuses and things like that. He just shows up and he does the work and plays and does everything to his ability. I messed up tonight, and I forgot to turn off the stream. I go ahead and click the button and then turn out the lights so the party is over, plays. And then you have to push the end stream button, and I forgot to turn it off, and I was having a conversation about Michael, and it ended up being that went on for a while there. But I was talking a lot about character. United Way and the NFL, they do character playbook, and I have got to meet a lot of great players because of it. What I find out, what I've learned, that most of the players that I've worked with that are, NFL, the Calais Campbells, the Demario Davises, that these guys are stand-up characters in the community. They actually have passion in their heart for things. There's a lot of players that are out there that are just playing for the biggest check that I can get. But these guys with character are usually guys that become leaders. So when you hear that J.J. Watt, donates money for, $350,000 today for a food bank, or raises $20 million for hurricane relief. These type of guys are the kind of guys that you want, that are invested in the community and with the team. And a guy like Amari Cooper, who you can tell with the Raiders, that wasn't the place for him, but he felt like he was home. And for me, for the Cowboys to let him be able to be a free agent, to me, I just looked at that and said, that's the wrong move. I'm just like, you don't let that go because somebody's going to offer him a boatload of money. The only thing I said that would be a saving grace was the fact that seeing Byron Jones already get paid $17 million a year from Miami, that money is flowing, that Kirk Cousins got a $33 million extension, that somebody's going to offer him a whole lot of money to go elsewhere. But I guess the Cowboys knew that this thing was close, because it sounds like he's signing a 5-year, $100 million deal to stay with the Cowboys. Now, I think, personally, that's a big deal. I mean, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money today. But I bet you the Cowboys structure this thing so that way it'll be about a $10 million hit this year. In which case, you look at that and say, yeah, that's not bad. And it probably has some outs. As big as DeMarcus Lawrence deal is, basically they only have to keep him for 2 more years. After that, they can walk away with no pain. Zeke Elliott, 3 years, they can walk away with no pain. The Cowboys, at least if nothing else, have learned how to master the deals where you can get the recognition of being the most paid, but you also, too, have a way to get out of it without getting hurt. You're seeing a lot of these teams right now that are letting players go, like Odell Beckham Jr. when the Giants, they had $16 million as a hit just to get rid of him. So from at least that standpoint, we say it's good. So what we're hearing again is that Amari Cooper is going to be signing, and this is per Adam Schefter, Okay, so do with that what you will, but $100 million deal, 5 years. They got him for $20 million. The way you're going to look at this is this: the NFL, provided we get through this coronavirus, is going to be printing freaking money. What you want to do right now, if you are the coach, or excuse me, the GM, is you want to make it a team-friendly deal and get these guys in now, because there is going to be $5 billion plus of the next 10 years additional money for the players. That's just a low estimate. A low estimate, because there's going to be gambling money. The Washington Redskins are on the ballot to get a gambling license, a gaming license to go in the stadium. They're going to get a new stadium. They're going to have the attention of having a new stadium, bringing in that revenue, and gambling in the stadium. And there will be gambling all over the place with the Raiders in Vegas. So you're going to look at the salary cap to blow up. It's been going up about $10 million a year. Watch it go up about $25, $30 million a year from here on out. There's estimates of the salary cap by 2027 being around $470 million. If you just take the $5 billion a year estimate, $5 billion additional revenue for the players. If you just multiply that out, it comes out to about $15 million a team a year. So if you say, hypothetically, 5 years, 5 times 15 is $75 million more. That's on the conservative end. At least in 5 years, it's going to be another $75 million. It behooves you to kick these things out a while. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Excuse me. That's 75 additional to where it's been this year. So add to that another 50 million because it's been going up 10 a year. So you're basically saying 25 a year minimum. So if you're saying 25 a year for 5 years, you're talking about it going up 125 million minimum. So you kick these contracts down the road. And you get him signed. And you get Dak signed. So maybe Dak's deal is not far behind. We can only hope that, I don't want to say, because I said it tonight, trust the process. And I'm like, we've been trusting the process for 25 years and we ain't done shit. Excuse my language. We haven't done a whole lot with it. It's hard to trust when you've seen some of the mistakes we've made. So we'll wait and see how this goes, but at least there's that good news. On the other front, it seems like every day that we wake up, the world keeps changing in front of our eyes. A week ago, I would not have said that we would be where we are right now. Some of the things I've heard them recommending, we went from a couple days ago saying, no gatherings over 250 to 50 to now they're saying gatherings of 10. And we're beginning to hear that we should prepare to be hunkered down for a few weeks. In last Tuesday was the first case that we had in Virginia, or Wednesday. It was a Marine who came back from overseas at Fort Belvoir, not far from me. And at that time, there were a few cases in Maryland, a few cases in D.C. And here we are about a week later, and I think there's probably like 100 cases in Virginia, and including at a police substation, an officer's now home with coronavirus that was literally 2 miles from where I'm sitting right now. This is his region. That officer is substation 2 miles from me. So this is here. We're all going to probably have to hunker down and try and keep from this thing spreading so we don't overwhelm the hospitals. We're going to have a lot of people that are already living on the edge where their jobs are going to be non-existent for a while. Schools are talking about being closed for the rest of the year. And this is where we, as fans, Americans, human beings, have to start coming together and figuring out how to help each other. I'm going to do everything I can to try and help others. I'm putting away food and things in case there's people who can't get some or aren't able to cook or things like that. At least I have food in the freezer that I can drop off on the front porch so I don't have to go touch them or see them or anything. I'm going to look at donating blood. We can get through this, but we need everybody to work together. I'm going to do my part, and I hope you guys do as well. But I have faith in us as a country that maybe we've lost our path and our way somewhat, but sometimes in life, you have to hit rock bottom to affect change. That things have to be so bad, you realize that I just can't do this anymore. There's got to be something else. And maybe, just maybe, this is the thing that affects change for the better for all of us. That's what I'm going to hope for. In the meantime, I'm going to go to bed and see if the sun comes up tomorrow. I want to thank everybody who came in my live stream tonight, and thank everybody for all the support that you guys have been doing. And I'm here to help anybody and to be here. As we are locked down, I'll be putting out content. I'll be live streaming. So, this is a way to try and help take some of the monotony out. Although, kind of boring to watch. But let me turn off the lights. I'll see you guys bright and early in the morning. Be safe. Ooh, my back is killing me.